Welcome back to Barry Charles Finance. And again, we're going to look at a betting strategy that could work for you. This is a side hustle that could work for you, but there's no guarantee. You have to really be an expert, take your time, and you're not always going to win with the strategy. But the idea is to win 4 times out of 7, 5 times out of 7. That way, you are making consistent money every week towards a better future. Yes, it is. It is horse betting, and it's not going bang, bang, wham, bam, pick my favorite number, pick my favorite horse name, and you win. Sometimes you will win one off. Luckily, yes. You put a big bet on, you will make some money. But if you try to do that again in every race, you'll just end up eventually losing. So we got to go and find out how we make the real money. And if you want to do that, remember to subscribe to the channel and slam dunk the like button, because basketball is a great sport and we are here to learn about making financial decisions to make life better. So betting strategy here. Now this is not the sexy strategy. This is the way to get consistent winnings. And this is place betting. Yes, everyone's going, oh, boring. Well, it's not boring when you're making the moolah. So when it comes to place betting here, you're looking to pick 2 or 3 horses only. You can only do one if you don't want to be taking much risk at all. But you're trying to just pick one or 2, 3 horses that you think are just pretty much certainties to come in regardless of the result. So the smaller the field, the better. And I like to say in the sort of field, I'll be looking at 10 horses maximum is ideal. 10 or less would be ideal for this sort of strategy. So in this strategy, I mean, you can do it with thoroughbred racing, but to me, I find harness racing is a better option for people. So how it works here, whether you're at Yonkers in the US, if you're in Canada, if you're in Menangle in Australia, or if you're in Addington in New Zealand, this works no matter where you are in the world. Now, how do you make the money? It's about betting wisely. And how do you bet wisely? It's about knowing your horse. Yes, knowing your horse well, how it does on that particular track, at the distance and all this. So how do you look for horses? Okay, so if you've studied it over time and you've seen how consistent the horse is, you first off look at the racetrack stats. Okay, you got the racetrack stats, so how good is it doing on that track? Whether it's good in the firm, if it's thoroughbreds, the firm, the heavy, the soft. Does it like good there? How's it gone at the track and distance? And also has it gone on the distance at other venues as well? Can give you an idea of how likely your horse is going to come in. So in this 10 horse field, you've had a look. So for a place bet, for example, if you're going to go for the one only, you've got 10% chance there. So you're 90% chance you're going to fail. With a place bet, you narrowed your odds here. You've gone with 30% and 70% fail. So now we can narrow that down from 30% and make it even better. And that's by doing what I was saying. The track, look at the distances. How's it run at the particular distance you're going to bet on? What's the current form of the horse? But a side note to that, if a horse is, or greyhound for that matter, is dropping down in class, if it's dropping down in class, there's an option to bet that as well. And another way to look at it is the times it's been racing too. A horse could be running 6th and 7th, but the mile rate is a lot quicker than what the other horses have been doing, and that's when you can find out that this horse could be at true odds and will more likely come in because it's been racing at a fast pace and might only been a couple of lengths away from being in the placings compared to a horse that might have won, but won at a much slower mile rate. So then that way you can start narrowing down the horses you got, and you may be down to 2 or 3. Okay, and yeah, and when you get down to 3, one of them will more than likely be the hot favorite, and you're not going to back that because you're only going to get like $1.10. Okay, and the thing with racing, there's no guarantees even at $1.10 that this horse will even come in, because you'll often see 80% of the time the favorite doesn't win. And that, I mean, this is even place bet, they can run 4th. You see it all the time. Slow start. You gotta know the horse well if you want to go down that strategy. But going on the place strategy, we really need to look at the horse here that's likely to run second or third. Now this is where you get into tricky and you try and get the one that's at the better odds. So if you think the horse is going to get a nice soft run, that's what you ideally want. But you just got to be questionable about some of the factors. So if, on the harness side, if you have the horse on the inside rail, okay, you have the horse on the inside, maybe it's drawn, your horse is drawn in the second row behind here, and the horse in front has no gate speed. Okay, so you're saying you're hoping that this horse, well, even it could be the favourite, but the favourite doesn't have any gate speed. So then a couple of horses get past, and then your horse is 3 or 4 deep, and you're pretty much out of the race right there and then. So you need to look at the speed map of the horses, where the speed's coming from. If you're looking at that scenario for the horse to sit on the trail and get the run, so you need to be careful of that. And sometimes you can have the favourite lead and run out of steam as well. And that's especially for horses that aren't real good horses. So if they're like battlers and 100, 200 starts, that's when you start getting a bit question mark about backing that horse behind it on the trail. But if you're picking a real superstar horse, you've got more chance of getting a good bet. But whether or not you get the odds of $1.50, $1.60 that you need is a question, because often if it's the second favourite, it'll be $1.30, $1.20. That's how bad the odds are when you're trying to make a bet. So that's some of the strategies. So yeah, if you want to understand the ins and outs of this, how do we end up making bets? So okay, so you've ended up picking your horse, and you might pick 2 or 3 horses, okay, and they're all paying about $1.60. Okay, I'm going to say they're all paid average $1.60, which gets you a return of $4.09 or $4.96. So which means you get $409.60, which is pretty good odds to start your day, and that's already a 200% profit on just one bet. Okay, so how this betting strategy works, if you're looking at over a time period of a week, if the whole lot come in, you make 2,000. If one doesn't come in, you make 16,000 over the week. If 2 don't come in, you make 1,200. Sorry, that one was 1,600. So 1,200. Then if another one misses, you'll spend $400, but you still made $834. And then when you start getting down to the bottom ranks here, when you get to the spent the 500, then you're getting to the you're still making money, but it's only 328 profit. And then if you spend 600, this is when you start to lose money, and you lost $19. And then as you spend 781 comes in, you're at 390 loss. And then if none of them come in at all, you lost $700. So this is not a guaranteed strategy to make you money. I'm letting you know right now, it's not a guaranteed strategy, but if you work on it, it's a possibility this can be a side hustle for you if you have the knowledge to continue it. So what are the possibilities here of making decent money? Okay, so if you spend 500 a week, and this is just giving you an example, you'll make a minimal return. If you spend 400 a week, you start making about 210%. 300 is about 315%. 200 start making over 400%, and then if it's only spending 100, then it's a 500%. That's better than you're going to get in the stock market and even in real estate. Just whether you can do it consistently is the question, and often you're not guaranteed to win every day, and that's pretty fair. But if you did win every day and spent it for a whole year, you can make 107k. And then it goes down to 86k, 64k. I mean, this is all great money regardless. 43k, and you can have 3 misses. This is where you can start making So you can start making some money, and it can be a very good side hustle. You're just going to have to work at it to really make it your own betting strategy. So betting strategy, there's no guarantee about any betting strategy is going to work. Arbitrage is more of a guarantee for you, or pretty much is a guarantee if you know what you're doing in the arbitrage space. But often you are cut off. I've got a separate video about arbitrage if you want to learn about arbitrage betting, which is pretty much a guaranteed bet for you if you're just betting straight on sports and have the odds in your favor on both sides at different betting agencies. So there's other ways to make it. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is just one simple betting strategy that can make you some money in side hustles. This is not an easy one. You have to work at it, and you have to be absolutely in control of yourself. Just make that one bet and walk away every day. One bet and walk away. If it doesn't come in, don't try and have another bet and make money. Just wait till the next day, pick the right horses again, and make a bet. Some days there might not be the right horses, and that's when you just don't bet at all. But that is what the problem with 95% of people in this industry. They don't have the focus to stay on. If that's not you, I suggest not to do this. But if you have the focus, just like a long-term investor in stocks, if you can have the focus, this is an opportunity to make some side hustle money outside of your job. This is, again, no guarantee, but this is an opportunity to look at a different way to try and make you some money in the long term. Also, stocks is more of a chance, but still you can lose money in stocks as well. And obviously real estate and business is where you want to make the real money, but this is a chance to give you some little bit of side money for you if you do the right thing. So thank you very much for enjoying this video. I've just given you all the different finance options for you, and you can make a decision at home if this suits your strategies and give it a go. If it doesn't work out, just move on to something else. But in the meantime, stay safe and make sure we look at being financially free here at Barry Charles. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel because you're the greatest.